Hello students, welcome to biology class. I hope you are doing good. In the last video, we discussed the reflex actions that are controlled by the spinal cord and are automatic responses that do not involve thinking. We also discussed the peripheral nervous system consisting of 12 pairs of cranial nerves and 31 pairs of spinal nerves. PNS connects the central nervous system with the body parts. In today's video, we shall discuss endocrine system in humans. Students, glands in humans are of three types: endocrine glands, exocrine glands, and heterocline glands. Endocrine glands directly pour the secretions, that is the hormones, into blood or lymph. They do so because they do not have any storage structures, that is ducts of their own. So they directly pour their secretions into the blood or lymph. Since they don't have ducts, they are also called ductless glands. For example, pituitary gland, thyroid gland, adrenal gland, etc. Exocrine glands are the glands that secrete substances directly into the ducts. It means exocrine glands have ducts associated with them. For example, mammary glands, sweat glands, salivary glands, sebaceous glands, that is commonly called oil glands, etc. And the third type of glands are heteroglands that have both exocrine as well as endocrine parts. Like pancreas, they secrete insulin and they also secrete digestive enzymes for the digestion of food. Similarly, testis, it secretes hormone called testosterone and also produce sperms. Same way, ovaries also secrete hormones like progesterone and estrogen, and they also produce ovum, that is eggs. So glands are of three types: endocrine glands, exocrine glands, and heteroglands. Now let us discuss what are hormones and what are the characteristics of hormones. Students, hormone means to set in motion. Hormones are the chemical messengers. It means these are the chemical substances that are secreted by endocrine glands. And since these are directly poured into the blood or lymph, it means they are carried by blood or lymph to the target organ. Target organ means to those organs where the specific activity or the action has to take place. Hormones have the following characteristics. These are the regulatory chemicals, again secreted by endocrine glands and directly poured into the blood. Number 2, these are produced in very minute quantity. These are biologically very active and their action is very rapid, very quick action. And biologically very active means these are basically enzymes. Act only on target organs or cells located usually away from their sources. It means hormones are secreted at some other place, but their action is at a place far from that. These places are called the target organs. Once the action is performed by the hormones, they are destroyed. So they are destroyed soon after their action, and thus they are not stored in the body. So these are the characteristics of hormone. Now let us see some of the endocrine glands in humans. Number 1, thyroid gland. Thyroid gland is situated in the neck region. The hormone secreted by thyroid gland is thyroxine, and the principal functions of thyroxines are: number 1, it regulates carbohydrate, protein and fat metabolism. Since it regulates the metabolism of these three essential nutrients, so it regulates the body temperature by energy production. For the secretion of thyroxine, iodine is very necessary. That is why we consume iodized salt. If the thyroid gland does not function normal and its hypoactivity starts, it means it secretes thyroxine in very less quantity. This hypoactivity of thyroid gland causes abnormal swelling of the thyroid gland, and this disease is called goiter. The second gland is the adrenal gland. Adrenal glands are a pair of glands that are present on top of kidney, one on top of each kidney. The hormones secreted by adrenal gland are called adrenaline. It is also called emergency hormone because this hormone is secreted when we are in emergency situations, like in situation of fight, fright and flight. The functions performed by adrenal glands are: number one, it controls emotions, fear, anger, blood pressure, heartbeat, respiration and relaxation of muscles. In emergency situation, it means in any of these situations, it prepares the body. And how does it prepare the body? It increases the blood supply to important organs at that time, like to the heart, which increases heartbeat, increases the blood supply to muscles that have to act in such situations. And in this situation, the organs that are not contributing much, like digestive system or reproductive system, so it decreases the blood supply to these visceral organs that are not required in these situations, and increases the blood supply in muscles and organs that have to prepare them to deal with such emergency situations. The third gland is pancreas. Pancreas is present in the abdominal region below the stomach. The hormone secreted by pancreas is insulin, and insulin regulates the conversion of glucose to glycogen. It means it converts the unused glucose in the body into stored form, that is glycogen. Thus, it regulates blood sugar level. If the pancreas are not functioning normally in the body, it's hyposecretion. If it is not secreting insulin in appropriate amount, it is secreting it in less amount, it means it's hyposecretion. It causes the disease called diabetes. The fourth gland is the pituitary gland. It is situated in the brain below the hypothalamus. Students, pituitary gland is also called the master gland as it controls the functioning of many other glands in the body. That is why it is called the master gland. One of the hormones secreted by a pituitary gland is the growth hormone, commonly called GH. Growth hormone controls the overall growth of the body, muscles and bones. If growth hormone is secreted in less amount, it's hyposecretion, then it causes dwarfism. Dwarfism means shortness, not normal height, less than that. And if it is secreted excessively in the body, it means it's hypersecretion. It causes gigantism. It means excess of height, excess of growth of human. The next gland is the testis. These glands are present in human males only. These are extra abdominal in position. It means these are placed outside the human body. The hormone secreted by testes is called testosterone, and it has the following functions. Number one, development of secondary sexual characters in males, like growth of hair, deepening of the voice, facial hair like beard and mustaches, etc. And the second function of testosterone is the production of sperms. The next glands are the ovaries. These are a pair of organs present in the lower abdominal region in female. These are the glands present only in females and absent in males. The two hormones secreted by ovaries are estrogen and progesterone. Estrogen is responsible for the development of secondary sexual characters in females, and it also plays a very important role in ovulation. Ovulation means release of matured egg from the ovary. And the function of the hormone progesterone is the maintenance of pregnancy. Student, the next topic that we are going to take up is feedback mechanism of hormone secretion. Now students, a particular hormone may be required in a particular amount and at a particular time. It means it is required in a specific quantity, not more than that, not less than that, and that too at a specific time, for which it requires a control mechanism. This control mechanism is called the feedback mechanism. So regulation of hormone secretion is controlled by a mechanism called the feedback mechanism. Let us understand this mechanism with the help of an example, and the example we are taking is if the blood sugar level has increased in the body. This increased sugar level is detected by the cells of pancreas, which respond by producing more insulin. Let us understand this by the following flow chart. Now, when we eat food that is rich in carbohydrate rich meal taken, when it will be digested in the body, it will increase the glucose level. It means the glucose level rises in the blood. This increased glucose level in the blood is detected by the pancreatic cells that starts to secrete insulin. As the insulin is secreted, it will stimulate the cells to take up glucose. It means to convert glucose into glycogen, and as this process continues, after a certain interval of time, the glucose level starts to fall in the blood. When the glucose level comes to an appropriate level in the body, this level or this amount is again detected by the cells of the pancreas. They then start to inhibit or slow down the secretion. So this flow chart shows how the feedback mechanism controls the secretion of a particular hormone at a specific time and in an appropriate quantity. Students, with this video and this topic feedback mechanism, we come to an end of this chapter. The assignment related to the topics that we have discussed today are available on the school website. You are required to answer those questions in your biology notebook, and from the next video we shall start with chapter number 3, how do organisms reproduce. Thank you very much.